The Power universe is going strong as ever. With 2 shows completed and 2 others still running, the franchise is basically unstoppable at this point. But what's next? Well, get ready because we are going back in time to where it all started. You heard that right. The next Power show is called Origins, and it will give us a glimpse of how Tommy and Ghost started their drug empire. So let's see what we know so far, shall we? It's crazy to consider how far we've come since the first episode of the show aired in 2014. With 4 interconnected shows all tying into each other, it is easy to forget that Power was always about the friendship of Ghost and Tommy. To be more specific, it was about the breakdown of that friendship. We yearned for more of the golden age of their friendship after witnessing how well they got along. Now, Ghost is gone, more on that a bit later. And Power Book 4 will wrap up Tommy's story, rewind the clock and remind us of the foundations on which this franchise is built right now. This trip down memory lane also allows us to see setups for more stories in this universe. We have been wondering if Ghost survived for years, and Origins is just what we need to set up his possible return. The mere fact that Ghost mentions the possibility of faking his death or something along those lines in our conversation is sufficient to implant that idea and get us really excited. This doesn't even need to be something significant. What are your thoughts? Should Ghost return, or is it better if we let him rest? Let's discuss it in the comments. Unlike the original show, Origins is set to focus on both of them. Power was solely focused on Ghost's perspective, whereas Book 4 proved that Tommy had what it takes to lead the show. This balanced vision is perfect for Origins, and I think it complements the progress we have made and the time we have spent with both of these characters. It makes sense, considering that the show aims to focus on their relationship as friends. With this being said, there's a slight problem. It is a given that the actors who originally portrayed these characters won't be returning to reprise their roles. Joseph Sikora and Omari Hardwick, who played Ghost, are both around 50. No one is expecting them to act like teenagers for who knows how many seasons, even though I would watch the hell out of that. The roles of these characters will be changed. However, the fact that we are already familiar with these characters is one of the main draws of Origins. Do you see how this could be an issue? This is not a 5-minute flashback, rather it is a complete show. With a good cast, there will be growing pains, and it will take time for us to get used to these new faces, but it will happen eventually. However, there is a worrying possibility that the new cast could end up only carrying the names of our favourite duo and not much else. On the other hand, I feel like the show may give us a few flash-forward scenes with adult Ghost and Tommy. Imagine Power Origins having a cliffhanger scene at the end of its first season showing Ghost alive. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but the possibilities are endless. Who would you guys cast as the duo? Let's get some guesses in the comments, and if one of you gets it right, I'll give you a shout out on our video about the cast reveal. Obviously, this is up to the casting directors and the actors who will be cast in these roles. I just think it is important to reiterate how vital the casting is. The casting of a show like this can either make or break it. However, there is still no official announcement regarding the cast as of yet. This brings us into the production side of things. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, is currently airing its 4th season, with a 5th one on the way. And Power Book 4 is set to complete its run with Season 3. There is no set date for Origins release, but looking back at past release schedules, it is fair to put it somewhere around the end of summer or the beginning of fall of next year.